Today we are going to discuss about population interactions. What is population? A group of organisms of the same species living in a particular area is called populations. In an environment, only one organism cannot survive. Why? Because they depends upon the another one. That means they form the interactions or associations. There are different types of interactions. They are mutualism. First one is mutualism. In mutualism, both the species, mutualism is an adaptation, is an interaction in which both the species 1 and species 2, both the species get benefited. Here plus sign refers the benefit. Plus sign refers the benefit. Minus sign refers the harm. 0 refers the neutral. Mutualism is an association in which both the partners get benefited. And second one is both are minus. Competition. Both the partners get harm. Plus minus. This is parasitism. Third one, parasitism. Parasitism is an interaction in which one partner gets benefited. The benefited one is parasite. Harm one is host. Host and parasite. And third same. Fourth one, predation. Predation is an interaction in which one partner gets benefited, other one is harmed. The benefited one is called predator. This is prey. Predator and prey. Here parasite and host. And fifth one is commensalism. In which one partner get benefited, other one neither benefited nor harmed. Benefited one is called commensal, other one is host. Commensal and host, neither benefited nor harmed, host. Benefited one is commensal. And last one, amensalism. Amensalism is an association or interaction in which one partner get harm, other one is neither benefited or none. Neither benefited nor harm. This is about outline classification of population interactions. There are 6 types of population interactions: mutualism, commensalism, parasitism, predation, and commensalism, and last one is amensalism. Among these, mutualism, both the partners get benefited. Competition, both the partners get harm. Parasitism, one partner get benefited, other one is harm. There are predation, also one partner to get benefited, other one harm. Commensalism, one partner get benefited, other one neither benefited nor harm. Amensalism, one partner get harm, other one is neither benefited nor harm. Coming to first one, mutualism. What is mutualism? Mutualism is an interaction in which both the partners get benefited. Best example for mutualism, number 1, both the partners get benefited. Number one, plants and animals. Plants and animals. Plants and animals. The interaction is between plant and animal interaction. Interactions may be plant and plant, animal and animal, plant and animals. Here, plants and animals. Second one is lichens. What is lichen? Lichen is equal to fungi and algae. Fungi and algae. Lichens also exhibit mutualism. Other one is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae is equal to fungi plus roots of the higher plants. Roots of the higher plants. What are the benefits in lichens? Fungi produce energy. Algae, carbohydrates. Here also carbohydrates produce energy. They are mutually benefited. If they are separated, they cannot lead an independent life. That means if the mutualins, partners of the mutualism are separated, they cannot lead an independent life. Another example for plant and animals is fig tree, F-I-Z, fig tree, and wasps and fig tree. What is the benefit for fig tree? Pollination. Pollination. What is the benefit for wasps? In this interaction, wasps benefit is fig tree provides shelter and food for wasps. What are the benefits for fig tree? Wasps pollinate the pollinators, pollen grains. So they are mutually benefited. And last final example is Mediterranean orchids. Mediterranean orchid and bees or bumblebees. Mediterranean orchid has petals. One of the petal it look like a female. Male bee attract the petal, female like petal to undergo copulation. The type of copulation is called pseudocopulation. Pseudocopulation. One of the petal it look like a female in color and shape. So it is attracted by the male. This male bee undergo copulation. The type of copulation is called pseudocopulation. During pseudocopulation, it transmits the pollen grains. Then coming to next flower, another petal act as look like a female. So it also pseudocopulate. So what is the function of female bee? Transmit the pollen grains. What are the benefits of male? Provide shelter and food. That is about mutualism. What is mutualism? Mutualism is an interaction in which both the partners get benefited. That is about mutualism. And coming to commensalism. Commensalism is an interaction in which one partner gets benefited, other one is neither benefited nor harmed. Commensalism. Commensalism. One is benefited, other one is neither benefited nor harmed. Best example, first one, sea anemone and clownfish. Clownfish is a commensal. sea anemone is a host. Is clownfish present inside the sea anemone? Tentacles of the sea anemone for what? Protection. Clownfish has a benefit. Clownfish has a benefit. So it is a commensal. Sea anemone neither benefited nor harm. It is a host. And second example, egret bird and grazing cattle. Cattle is the host. Egret bird is a cattle egret bird. This is cattle egret bird is a commensal. During grazing, cattle moves the head. As a result, insects appear. These insects are eaten by egret bird. So what are the benefits for egret bird? Food. What are the benefits for egret bird? Food. Here cattle neither benefited nor harmed. So this is another example for commensalism. Sea anemone and clownfish. Next one. Whales and some species. Some of the fishes present on the whales for protection. So these are commensal. Whales are host, neither benefited nor harmed. So that is about commensalism. Commensalism is an interaction in which one partner get benefited, that is commensal. Other one is host. There are two types of commensalisms, ectocommensalism and endocommensalism. Inside the body of the host, endocommensalism. Surface of the host, ectocommensalism. Egret bird and cattle, ectocommensalism. Sea anemone and clone, ectocommensalism. Example for endocommensalism. Man and E. coli. E. coli is the bacteria inside the present inside the intestine of the man. It is endocommensal. E. coli is the endocommensal. Man is the host. That is about commensalism. One partner get benefited, other one neither benefited or nor harmed. Next one is parasitism. Parasitism is an association in which one partner get benefited, that is parasite, other one is harm, that is host. Parasitism. There are different types of parasites. Ectoparasites present on the surface of the host. Example, ticks on dogs, and lice on head of the man. These are the ectoparasites. Next one, endoparasite, present inside the body of the host. Endoparasites are again divided into different types. Coelozoic parasite, present inside the cavities of the host. Coelozoic parasite. Histozoic parasite, present in the tissues. Cytozoic parasite, inside the cell. Cytozoic example, Plasmodium. Histozoic example, Entamoeba histolytica. Coelozoic example, Ascaris. Some of the parasites present inside the cavities, those parasites are called coelozoic parasite, and some present inside the gut, those are called enterozoic parasite. All enterozoic parasites are coelozoic parasites, but all coelozoic parasites are not enterozoic parasites. Endoparasites. Last one is brood parasitism. In brood parasitism, there are two species, species 1 and species 2. Species 1, for example, which lay the eggs in the nest of the species 2. The species 2 present on the nest, eggs of the nest, and undergo fertilization or hatching. This mutual parasitism is called brood parasitism. Best example for brood parasitism, quail and crow. Here crow is the host. Crow is the host. Quail is the parasite. Quail is the parasite which lay the eggs in the nest of the crow. Crow is the host. This type of parasitism is called brood parasitism. And lastly, what are the adaptations for parasites? Parasites does not contain sense organs. Reproductive system is well developed. Hold fast organs like suckers, hooks are present. Suckers and hooks are present. And some of the parasites secretes enzymes. These enzymes produce the antigens in the host. These are some of the adaptations of parasites. That is about population interactions. Today we are discussed about mutualism, parasitism, and commensalism.